Good afternoon, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to all the boomers tuning into the live broadcast. Whether the markets are up or down, we're here with the daily cup pump. Indeed, we got decorated crypto generals like Batman, Jojo Waves, Rafterman, and the rest of the boomers pouring into the population of the chat box. I need you guys caressing those buttons, like, subscribe, post notification, ding, 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 ding. They're getting notified out there, boomers. I see some of you boomers saying you're getting those notifications ever since YouTube got sued for this potential shadow banning. It looks like they are trying to develop some plausible deniability. Jojo Wave says altcoins are booming. Yeah, we'll be talking about Ether, Litecoin, and more price action. I'm seeing some movement against Bitcoin and against the USD, but most importantly against Bitcoin. You know, the champ wants to stack more bits, and more kabooms. Kaboom. I'm just getting more ads through Brave browser. Let me click on it here behind the scenes because I'm getting bats. You should too. Anyhow, I want to talk about this Ether, Litecoin, and more price action out there. See how healthy the markets are looking. I came across a couple articles I think you guys may be interested in. Been a while since I've made the live stream. Kaboom, kaboom. Shout out to Meat Trucks. Let me drop a bomb for you. Jojo Waves back. Batman's back. Rafterman's back. I see all the crypto maniac 5-star generals here in the population of the chat box. Here deep in the trenches. We're always here, thirsty for blood. Shout out to my day one boomers. A few good men in there in the field. We got a few good boomers here in the population. Let's check out the today's mathematics over there on CoinMarketCap. Let me go ahead and share my screen and turn off these coins. You can see Bitcoin price action there at 10.2. Bitcoin is kind of steady, but what we're seeing here is a decrease in dominance. Okay, and seems like about 1 or 2% of the market is moving in to these altcoins. And I've been talking about Ether all week, the DeFi. You know how I feel about it. Litecoin has been a tough hold for me. I was a little bit overexposed to Litecoin, and I've been DCAing out. And definitely this is an opportunity to gain more. I mean, I'm excited that, you know, the altcoins are up. But if you look at the big picture, the altcoins are still major, like a lot down. And we're going to check out the charts. Crypto is now New Orleans. Crypto browser is working well. Every little pump calls for a celebration, says Crypto Anything. Yeah, every little pump is good. You know, I'll take it. That's a good thing. Rafterman says the crypto browser is working well. You must be talking about the Brave browser. That's the one that works with the BAT tokens. And yeah, it works just like Chrome. You know, just like Chrome. I'm using it right now, and you can see in all the live streams I get ads. So, I mean, it's not too much BAT tokens that you're going to receive. It's not like you're going to get hundreds of dollars worth of BAT. But, you know, if you can get a couple bucks worth of crypto for free while you're doing the same thing that you're always doing online, then why not? I mean, certainly Google Chrome doesn't reward you. In fact, they're bombarding you with more and more ads and tracking your movements. So shout out to Rafterman, Anything, Meat Truck, Jojo Wave. You can see the Bitcoin action here. Bitcoin stable. Okay, I said anything between $9,000 and $12,000 there is what I expect us to be trading in between. If we go above 12 or below 9, I think we need to adjust our sniper scope, the crosshairs of our sniper scope. And in between time and in the meantime, it's about accumulating these bits. I think the current event and the driving event here, and I'll say this in all my live streams, that's happening in May. Some say it's happening even sooner, being that the hash rate is at the highest rate that it's ever been for the Bitcoin network recently. Not the Brave, it's a different one, says Rafterman. Okay, crypto. Okay, so I thought you were talking about the Brave browser. I've been hearing about alternative browsers that allow you to earn crypto or store crypto. I know that Opera has a wallet. And my understanding is that Gab, the folks over there at Gab, they are remixing a browser to allow for earning or sending of Bitcoin. Now, I'm not as sure how big the advertiser network is or isn't just yet. So, you know, I'm going to keep my eye on that. But my understanding is that it does work. So thanks for letting us know. Champ, where do you see the Bitcoin dominance going short term? What do you mean? Like in the next couple of days? I see it, you know, around where it's at. You know, I don't see it going much lower. I mean, it may go to 67. I don't see it touching 65. In fact, for the, you know, short to midterm, you know, going into next year, we may even see it increase. Okay. You know, at one point we saw it like at 71. I think eventually it'll reach 75 is what I'm I'll expect maybe sometime next year. This may be a time to accumulate more bits, really. Everybody's chasing the altcoins. Now, I've said this before. There is going to be an altcoin season. Now, I just don't know exactly when it's going to kick off, whether it be sooner or later. I would still say the driving force here is Bitcoin, but maybe there is a small correlation between this small altcoin pump and the Fed rate that is going to be lowered tomorrow. So I don't know. The chant must be big from so much gym. Yeah, I'm hitting the gym, but I'm only doing it 3 days a week right now, but hitting it hard, heavy weight. Shout out to Niagara. I see you. Rafterman says, I'm checking out a different one. Have received over 111 Satoshi since the 13th. Okay, yeah, I got to check that out. So it's called Crypto Browser. I'll check it out there, Rafterman. I'll definitely check it out. And, I've been sticking with the Brave browser. They give me a little kickback if someone downloads it and uses it, which is cool for me. I'm able to receive tips directly, being that I'm verified, and earn from the ads. So not only am I earning from the ads, but being that I'm a publisher, there's a little bit more incentive for myself. But I do want to check out Crypto Browser because anything that allows you to earn more Satoshis, more bits, is something that I am interested in. Let's check out today's mathematics over there on CoinMarketCap, see how healthy the market is looking today with the Bitcoin dominance decreasing a bit. You see the market cap has increased to 270 billion. It's still looking slim. I'm expecting $1 trillion market cap by mid next year, which could put Bitcoin around 30,000. Now, I may be wrong. Nobody knows. But that's definitely what I am anticipating. Bitcoin dominance has decreased to 68.2, but still close to 70%, which is my intent on my crypto portfolio, to have a dominant Bitcoin around 70%. You got Bitcoin now trading at 10.2. I think it's good. While some people may be chasing these altcoins, I'll probably sell a chip off the old Litecoin block and pick up more Bitcoin. I'll be honest with you. You got Ether looking sexy. This is one that I'm holding on to. I'm not selling any ETH, although my intent I've been thinking of accumulating, trying to reach, maybe set a goal to reach that 32 ETH, but I'm not even halfway, to be honest with you guys. And, other than that, I think that Ether is here to stay. And, I came across an article, actually, I may share it. I think maybe I have it pulled up, that Ether may hit $500 by the end of the year, which is sexy. I mean, that's more than a double up. So I'll stay with Ether. Let's see if I accumulate more. Right now, I'm focused on the bits. You got Bitcoin Cash there at 325, looking good. Litecoin is up as well at $74, almost 75. EOS is up at 416. Binance is up as well, 21 bucks. Satoshi Vision is garbage. Huobi, how about Huobi propelling, rocketing into the top 10? This came out of nowhere. It seems like Huobi moved up the ranking overnight. Wasn't Huobi like number 15 yesterday? So Huobi is another regulated exchange. This is like a maybe Binance, but my understanding is that they're KYC. What I do like about Huobi is that they're pushing the wallet. The wallet is interoperable with the Compound Finance protocol, and I like that. And I think they may be EOS friendly as well with that new EOS DT, if I'm not mistaken. I may have to double check that. Cardano there at 4 cents. Monero slipping in the rankings there at 74. Stellar at 6. Tron at 1. Leo at 111. So, I'll tell you, Huobi's really impressing me. I told you, don't sleep on these little baby Binances. Another one is KuCoin. Don't sleep on that one either. That one may be moving up. ABBC coin is the top winner today. Kyber Network. This is the DeFi network for Ether. Allows for instant swaps. Don't sleep on the Kyber swaps there. Guys, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you. Remember where you heard it first. DeFi is what is going to propel Ether this next coming year. Okay, this is definitely the tagline. Energy's down, made safe Zcoin, and then KuCoin. Look, KuCoin right now may be a buy. I don't like chasing anything in the green. I like buying things when they're preferably in the red. While Litecoin's kapumping today, I may just sell a little chip off the Litecoin block and pick up more Bitcoin. Because look, at the end of the day, guys, let's be honest, there's some movement. You got Ether at $208, but, remember when Ether was 1,000, So, it has a long way to go. It's not even halfway to its all-time high, as opposed to Bitcoin, which is basically halfway there. Niagara Gold Gardner says, should have sold everything. Where the trillion that I remember 830 billion at the peak, mid-January 2018. Yeah, I remember that as well. But, you can never time the markets out there, Niagara. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Rafterman just dropped me $2. Thank you, Rafterman. Moving Bros and 6. Yeah, we got a couple crypto chicks that come in and out. Maybe Bleed Heart Infection is a crypto chick. I used to see a few of them coming in and out of the box, and they're always welcome here. So thank you so much, Rafterman. I appreciate it. Let me drop a couple dollars off the ceiling. These dollars are getting cheaper tomorrow. Apparently, the Fed's dropping the rates even more. That may send a cash influx into the crypto space, and it could be indirectly correlated to this altcoin mini pump that we're seeing today. I just don't know, but perhaps. I remember $1,600 ETH. I don't, to tell you the truth. I remember somewhere like 1,000 or 1,100. What's the all-time high for ETH? All I know is that ETH is not even halfway towards its all-time high, as opposed to Bitcoin that's already halfway there. So, you know what it is, guys. Thanks again to Rafterman. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and check out these articles I got linked down below. Ethereum's up 20% in 10 days. Is the altcoin season here? Bitcoin maintains relative stability. However, we have already seen such periods in the past, and based on its historical behavior, we can assume that another move is brewing behind the scenes only after we know if the 2019 upward trend was just an opening shot or that a bear market is ahead of us. I think it was an opening shot, a little preview as to what's going to happen at the end of the year, at the beginning of, or sometime in the first 2 quarters of next year. Rafterman says the all-time high for ETH was 1447. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I remember that. So, although everything's green for the altcoins, I mean, they still got a long way to go. In the bigger picture, Bitcoin's dominance continues to grow, although this is a little late on the article. Ethereum increased slightly this week, and it may be because of the upcoming upgrade of the platform that encourages many investors to store coins before the event takes place. And that's that POS upgrade, that proof of stake. That's what's been rumored in order to increase the utilization capacity of the Ethereum network. Talks are going around that they may move from proof of work, which is mining and hardware based, to just staking the tokens and securing the blockchain like that. And they're saying it's going to take about 32 ETH is what the rumor is, and some have already started hodling. So for basically like half a Bitcoin, you could stack these 32 ETH. And my understanding is that the rewards for stacking these or staking these 32 ETH is going to equate to somewhere around 4% APR, obviously paid in Ether tokens. Now, I've seen this floated around. This is not a fact. It's still, been an idea I heard that's been thrown around. So, maybe it changes. It could be more or less, but let's assume somewhere around 4% APR. You could stand to earn about 1.2 ETH per year if you are staking 32 ETH, which is cool. Okay. If ETH goes to like $500, $1,000, maybe you'll be earning an extra G just for staking. But you also got to compare that to the opportunity cost of perhaps sitting on Bitcoin or getting some other altcoins. They may move even faster. So while I've, definitely entertained the idea of getting these 32 ETH, I really thought to myself, so what are you going to get out of it? What's it going to get? And the numbers that I could find alluded to a 4% APR, which is attractive, but I don't know how crazy that is. I mean, are you better off generating about an ETH a year or just continuing to hold that Bitcoin? I don't know. It's definitely something to consider. Niagara Gardner said that ETH hit 1594 on Kraken. So yeah, it's somewhere in the $1,000 range, and we're still, a long way from where it is. So let's look at the charts here for, let's look at another article and then we'll go into the charts. Ethereum price action sparks bullish signals, $500 incoming. So Martin Young over there wrote this on Bitcoinist.com. This one's also linked down below. Ether touches 200 following a bullish weekend and a big BART pattern on Monday. Ether resumed its upward momentum to touch the psychologically significant $200 level on a number of exchanges during the Asian trading. A dip below 190 to touch the 50-hour moving average caused concern that the bulls had run out of steam. Those fears quickly dissipated when a large hourly candle propelled ETH over 4% to reach the resistance to 200. So you could see here, you could look at the charts. Let me go ahead and see what they're saying about 500. What's interesting here is this tweet by Elias Simos. He said, over the past week, ETH printed consistent exchange net outflows for only the third time in 2019. Someone has been shopping. So it seems like somebody has been stacking. And I read somewhere, it could be here on this article. Is it this article? Yeah, the transaction fees. And we'll get into that. That there's more fees being earned right now on ETH than on Bitcoin itself. If ETH gets above 200 without Bitcoin, we will see alts move higher. Honestly, PA looks good right now. I think we could see 500 end of the year, says, was that Crypto Cactus? Yeah, Crypto Cactus there on Twitter. 500 in the next 3 months sounds a little optimistic since it hasn't been there since July 2018. However, there could be a return to previous 2019 highs around 350 if the momentum can be maintained and if ETH can finally decouple from Bitcoin, which I don't know. You know, it seems like all these coins are somehow coupled to Bitcoin. So you could read this in its entirety. I wanted to share with you this other fact about ETH. It hit the 200 and it's on its way to surpass Bitcoin in daily transaction fees. So there's a lot of movement with ETH. I told you guys, and I've been saying this for a few weeks, I said I'm not really interested in any altcoins, but one I'm going to hold here is ETH. I didn't acquire more ETH, to be honest, but I definitely didn't dump any. So, you know, it seems like my hunch was proving to be correct. Rafterman says ETH returns on a node are not attractive to a boomer. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, I that's what I was thinking about. You know, it's not like, you know, to earn an extra ETH a year. I don't know, you know, but it definitely is a little more attractive if ETH, you know, reaches closer to its all-time highs. But again, we're not even halfway there. I remember a lot of crazy high coins, but it was like a dot coin boom. I doubt that will ever return. It will now consolidate into the solid project, says Zilla. I agree. You can see how Bitcoin Cash also up about the same percent. So I wonder if it's to them saying they're going to use that chain. That's interesting. Yeah, because we did hear about ideas of Ether scaling somehow using the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. I don't know the specifics of that proposal, but I definitely heard about that. Max 4 million people could ever stake ETH. Are you going to be one of 4 million? 4% is free ETH. You are right. You know, here's the thing. I mean, you could definitely hodl Bitcoin, but technically, you know, you're not getting any more Bitcoin for hodling the Bitcoin. Now, you will get more ETH for hodling the ETH if you have enough to, you know, secure the node or whatnot. So that's something to consider. That's definitely something to consider because it's right. You know, you're generating more coin. You know, you could keep holding on to your bits, but technically you're not generating more bits by holding on to it. So, you know, again, the name of the game is more bits, and more kabooms. And you could technically do that by growing your ETH. So, you know, what if you just sold that 4% back into Bitcoin? So that way you could grow your bits. So, yeah, it's something to consider. Shout out to Zilla, Niagara, Gardner, Rafterman, and the rest of the boomers out there. I see all you crypto maniacs. Ether on the rise, Litecoin on the rise. Let's check out these charts here on TradingView and check out the technicals. Let's look at the technicals here for ETH. You know, I'm not too much of a technical indicator maniac. I think there's a lot of emotion that plays into the market that's not considered by these technical indicators. But, you know, I'll give them a look every once in a while. And what's interesting here is that this, the technicals that are aggregated here on TradingView are interesting to look at. You can see the one-day technicals via the oscillators, moving average, and the total summary are indicating basically buy. Oscillators are neutral. Buy is a summary is saying buy, and moving averages are saying buy. So if you guys are interested in these technical indicators, I mean, they're all here. They're all here. You know, the oscillators, the moving averages. So you could consider them. You know, that's one indicator. But to me, market sentiment is another indicator that's a little bit more qualitative than quantitative, like this is. So, you know, I'm kind of considering both. So you can see the one-day chart here is saying buy when it comes to ETH. Let's look at the 1 month chart. It's a strong sell with the moving averages and the summary sell, and then oscillators are basically neutral. Two say sell, two say neutral, two say buy. So even on, you know, the 1 month is not that attractive for ETH. Okay, so I mean, I guess the play here is maybe to ride that 1 day. Or maybe to ride not even the 1 week. The 1 week indicators are saying sell too. So, I mean, this is a short kapump Let's look at the indicators here for Litecoin. Let's see what it says. And again, I'm not crazy about the indicators, and I don't treat this like the holy grail, but it's worth looking at, okay? Because this is kind of like a summary of what all the indicators, not kind of, it is a summary of what all the indicators are saying. And you can see the one-day chart is saying bye-bye on Litecoin. Let's see what the 1 week says. Sell. Same thing as ETH. And sell. So there you go. 1 days definitely look attractive, but a week out, a month out, these technical indicators are not looking strong. Screen not sharing. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my bad. Let me go back and show you guys. I'm going back here to the technical analysis screen when it comes to. Let's show you the ETH once again. I'll show you so you can see. Let me. Where's the ETH? I had it stored here somewhere. Let me just type it in. So going back to the technicals, now you should be able to see the screen. This is the technicals for the 1 day. So the oscillators are reading neutral. The summary is reading buy, and moving averages is reading buy. So moving averages are looking strong. You got 12 saying buy. This is on the 1 day analysis. But if you go out to a 1 week or a 1 month analysis using the same indicators, they're saying sell. Look at them. They're in the red. And even on the month, moving averages are indicating strong sell. Again, I don't treat this as the holy grail, but it's something to consider. Oscillator here for the 1 month indicators is saying buy, but there's also two that are neutral, two that are sell. So this doesn't really convince me. Let's go back to the Litecoin indicators. You'll see it's basically the same thing as these ETH indicators. The 1 days are looking strong, so we may see a rise with Litecoin from 0.0073 to maybe even 0.0075. And we've seen this go down to like 0.00761 or something like that. But I'm not that crazy about this, because I remember just like a week or two ago, I was selling at, I sold a chip off the block there for 0.0075, which is even more than what it's booming at today. So, I mean, it's cool, but I'm still trying to stack these, being that Bitcoin's in the red today, I'm going to dump a little bit of this Litecoin. Litecoin looking good, look up. So you want to sell when it's green, buy when it's red. Again, I'm not anybody's crypto daddy or technical technical analyst or anything like that. So if you're expecting that from the champ, this is not the place for you. I'm just sharing what I know and my opinion. I could be wrong. We've been testing icon staking and voting, both pay. I'm paying out of iScore value. It's kind of like Neo Gas, but when you claim it, it converts at 1,001 ICX. I know you've been testing. You've been mentioning Icon. Keep us updated with that. Census 2000 says on the RSI on Litecoin, we switched from resistance to support days ago. Yeah, and there is, there's obviously, the support levels have moved up. That's obvious. But, still looking at the technical indicators for a week out to a month out, they're still looking weak. And let's zoom out for like the past month. You could still see we're still low. We're back. Yeah, that's actually. Let's look at the 3 month. See, the 3 months we've dumped. So about a month ago, you could say that I started selling some Litecoin. I remember selling at 0.775 and as low as like a 0.0066, somewhere around here. And now that I'm seeing it go back up again, I'll probably swap out for more Bitcoin. Again, I'm not against Litecoin. I'm not. My intent is not to sell my entire Litecoin bag. But if you've been following the champ, I feel like I had too much Litecoin at one point, and now I feel a little better at it. Chris P says Litecoin's getting ready for a massive BTC value spike. I mean, we've heard that, but it really didn't do much. Even with this halvening, let's look at the 6 months chart. Even the 6 months chart does not look favorable. So, for us to get back where we were Bitcoin wise, even in the past 6 months, is going to be a struggle. So, I mean, this thing could pump back to like 0.01, and I'm still not that excited. Census says if Bitcoin dumps another 5%, Litecoin might continue to rise. It might. I mean, it's so low right now. I mean, it could probably go back to 0.01 or something like that, you know. But, you know, again, being that I've been holding, I mean, guys, if you've been following me, I held Litecoin through like when Charlie Lee dumped the bag from its all-time high. So, you know, the fact that it's going up a little bit now is not that crazy for me. Shout out to Truce. I see you. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to some of the lights. I'm not going to dump them all, you know, but right now I'm feeling a little better about it. You know, it's always, to me, in the big picture, guys, always better to have more Bitcoin. Always better. I mean, most of these altcoins have dumped like 90 to 95%. Bitcoin hasn't dumped that much. So, you know. And what's up with this Litecoin Mimble-Wimble protocol? I feel like I've been waiting for like a decade to know more about this. So anyhow, there's Litecoin on the 1 day looking sexy. ETH looking sexy on the 1 day too. 0.02 now for ETH looking good. But again, these technical indicators are really only favorable for the about 24-hour period. Once you extend them out to a week, they are starting to say sell. So, you know, proceed with caution. BTC is at a 35% retracement from the bottom. Last bull run, the max retracement was about 40%. Right, about 35% retracement. But some of these altcoins, they had to go. They went down even lower. So, you know, most of them did. Shout out to the 20 cryptomaniac soldiers here in the population of the chat box. Always a pleasure here. Booming with the best of them every single day, guys. Hit the buttons and turn on the post notification, because for the past week or two, it seems like a majority of you guys are getting them. At least the day ones that are tuning in to the broadcast daily. You know, we're still at a low and arguably shadow banned by the algorithm still, but things are looking better than they were last month. ICX icon price is not exciting, but it's cool that the tech is working. On about 10K stake vote, it's doing about 7 to 9x ICX per day. It will go down, but it's something Cardano hasn't been able to do. You're right about that. Cardano's just been talk. You know, and I like Cardano. I've had time to talk to Hoskinson, and everything seems cool with it, but you know, where is it? You know, where is it? It's not doing anything. So until it does something, I'm not excited about Cardano. Senses, I totally agree. Says Truth. Shout out to Senses, Truth, Cryptozilla, Rafterman, the rest of the pumpers out there. Hope you guys went to the gym today. I hit the gym today. Hit the squats. Trying to get strong on the squats, guys. I had a little hiccup there. Had a little shoulder injury, possibly on the labrum. So I've been really going easy this past couple of weeks on the upper body, doing a lot of lower body, and I had to pause my Mad Cow training routine because I'm healing my shoulder. And let's see if, you know, I may have to, you know, perhaps even get a surgery. I don't know. The champ went in for an MRI. I'm not sure if you guys ever done an MRI, but if you're claustrophobic, it's definitely not something that you should do. They stick you in a coffin, and it's really loud. And you got to get scanned there for about 30 minutes. So I'm waiting for the results. Hopefully it's not too big of a tear, and I don't have to get it stitched up. Shout out to Rafterman. He says, hit the likes. Indeed. Hit the likes out there, guys. But put weight on the bar, and I'll be doing my deadlifts and my squats, but I'm laying off the shoulders and the chest until, you know, the doc clears me for it. Definitely feeling a little better this week than last week, but you know, keeping you guys updated. Sometimes you run into these, you know, roadblocks on your training, and that's okay. You focus on something else, but keep going, you know. I don't want you guys looking like Vitalik. You know the deal. 29 cryptomaniacs here in the population of the chat box. Ether looking sexy. Those DeFi dApps looking sexy. Compound Finance looking sexy. Now EOS trying to jump on the DeFi train looking sexy. These altcoins gaining weight this morning and afternoon looking good. So what I'm going to do while everybody's trying to jump on this Ether train and Litecoin train, I'm going to sell at least a little bit of Litecoin. I'm not going to sell Ether. I feel like my Ether bag's slim. You know, I should get closer to at least half a staking node. Sort of hear that, and you okay, champ? They have sit-up MRIs that will be coming. Yeah, they put me on one. It was cool. I'm not claustrophobic or anything. But I think it was loud. It's kind of annoying, you know. It's you're there for about 30, 40 minutes in a machine. It's like a coffin. And it's like, I hope it's healthy, you know. I hope that I end up with any sort of side effect from all that magnetism that we're blasting the champ with. CryptoZilla says, "Hope you're okay." Yeah, no, I'm good. It's okay. But you know, the shoulder, it's kind of slipped out the socket there for a second, and I feel like the labrum may be affected. So we're gonna get it checked out, and we're all good. We're all good. You know, hopefully, thankfully, you know, it's nothing, you know, like a disease or anything. It's just a little physical injury. No, not a problem. Litecoin went much lower on retracement than Bitcoin, but it's starting to show a turnaround. Yeah, it is. Hopefully, we can get a confirmation of the Bitcoin bull run in October or November. You know, I think that the bull run we showed a slight hint of a confirmation when we touched 13.8, and being that we've been sitting above $10,000 is a sign to me that things are healthy. The bits are healthy. Don't forget where we were at the beginning of the year. When it comes to the Bitcoin price, I'm expecting a pump. I'm expecting $1 trillion market cap sometime next year for all of crypto, not just for Bitcoin, but for all of crypto. And maybe Bitcoin could touch or maybe surpass its all-time high. I sold a bunch of Litecoin at around 130 and bought some Bitcoin at 12K and bought a house, says Chris P. There you go. So congratulations. Let me drop a bomb for you. And as the fiats get devalued, debased, with these lower interest rates, I see more and more moving to hard physical assets like precious metals and real estate. So congrats to you. You see silver on the move. Silver is at $18 right now. Gold at $1,500. And I don't want to hold this fiat. I mean, the fiat are basically giving it away. They're about to do negative interest rates. Smash the like buttons, guys, says Truce. Thank you, Truce. Kaboom. Truce, our big crypto comedian out here on YouTube. If you guys are not following Truce, do it now. He's putting out videos regularly, and he's definitely a crypto maniac boomer showing love. I appreciate you, Truce. Keep booming. It's a few YouTubers that stop by. I know there's a handful that watch, but they're scared to jump in the box. Shout out to those that, you know, show love to the champ, like Truce, like Currency, and others that have stopped by and show the champ love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Truce. Kaboom. Census says, don't mess with the shoulder. Let it heal first, then work on getting it full motion again. Don't force it. I know from experience. Yeah, I definitely have more motion than I had expected, but I'm laying off of it. So I'm not doing any exercise there for the chest or shoulders. I'm still going to the gym hard, but I paused my program. You know, I was doing the Mad Cow, and the Mad Cow has you doing bench and overhead press, and, you know, I'm not going to do that right now. So you're right. You know, lay off of it. I have the doc checking it out, and hopefully, you know, I can strengthen it without a surgery. I can do PT and, you know, get back in there. But, you know, I'm still chasing my goals when it comes to, well, you know, I'm a little bit almost at my deadlift goal, and I already hit my squat goal. So, you know, and I hit my overhead press goal. So and my chest goal. So, yeah, I got to do the deadlift. The deadlift is not really affected by the shoulder. So, Baby Bear Bravo coming in hot. Bits, and more bits. Shout out to Mikey. I see you. Census says negative interest rates means easy money for investors. Yeah, it's and hopefully it's going to have a cash influx to the cryptos. We already see gold, silver moving up, and hopefully we'll see Bitcoin moving up faster in the next few days. But the altcoins are definitely moving, which is great. 10,254. Anything around 10K is good when it comes to bits. I'll be getting a little bit more bits today via Litecoin. I'm going to take some LTC profits. I'm not a Litecoin hater, guys. I just felt like my Litecoin bag was a little bit too big. Okay, and I would like to have more Bitcoin. So, you know, that's what it is. No doubt, we appreciate your live stream. Salute. Shout out to Truce. Thank you once again, Truce. There you go with the 24-hour Litecoin chart. McLovin, the Irish R&B singer out of the Las Vegas, he says, try the Dexter Jackson workouts. He's been able to stay injury-free at age 49 using machines only and still getting gains. My understanding is that Dexter's like 53. Dexter Jackson just took like third or fourth place in Mr. Olympia this weekend. So I think he's over 50 years old. Dexter the Blade. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the bodybuilder that has won the most titles. Not the most Olympia titles, but the most competitions. Maybe I'm incorrect there, but you know, shout out to anyone around 50 years old still competing with the young gunners. I don't know anything about his injury-free workouts, but I saw him working out with Charles Glass, which is the same gentleman that trains Sean Roden, last year's Mr. Olympia champion. So, you know, I'll keep that eye out. And, you know, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for those now that I'm going to be rehabbing that shoulder. Decree turns 50 in a few weeks. Kevin Levron is 54, I think, now. But I think that Dexter Jackson is like 53. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's like around 50. Lucky Lewis just dropped me $2. Boom. Thank you, Lucky. I appreciate that. Kaboom to you. Thank you so much. Guys, follow the leaders here. Lucky. Who else dropped some fiat here? Truce, Rafterman. They all dropped me $2, guys. I appreciate all you maniacs. If you get some value from the stream, go ahead and drop some ducats there in the bucket. It's always appreciated. Mikey Bravo says, Champ, you think this run with ETH is going to be short term? Yeah, I think so. I think that ETH, though, for the midterm, it's probably going to gain some weight. But if you look at these technical indicators, and I'm not crazy. I don't live by these technical indicators. But when it comes to the ones that are posted here on TradingView, they're worth a look. They're favorable for the 1 day, but not for the week. And I'll show you right here. Let me go back. See first if I can find the ETH again. Not EOS, it's ETH. I'll show you the indicators one more time. It's always nice to see. See, technicals are reading buy, but if you look further into these technicals, they're reading buy, but for the 1 day. If you go out to the 1 week, those same technicals are saying sell. And if you go out to the 1 month, those same technicals are saying strong sell on moving averages. Now, oscillators say buy, but they also say 2 sell, 2 in neutral. So that could go either way. So I hope that answers your question. So I tend to somewhat agree with this. Although, I'm not a TA maniac, I agree with some of it. Thanks again to Lucky Lewis and all the boomers there, Truce and Rafterman. Thank you. Yeah, Charles Glass says McLovin. Dexter Jackson is a beast, places 4th at the Olympia at 49 years old. Yeah, and it's not he's been competing. I think he won the Olympia in like 2008 or 2009, and he's still out there, getting top 5 every year, it seems. So yeah, he's definitely one of the greatest, I would say. But for some reason, I thought he was 53, not 49. Anyhow, it's there's only a 4-year difference. It doesn't matter. What do BTC indicators say? Rafterman is asking. Let's go ahead and check them out. Why not? BTC are saying sell for the 1 day. And again, these are not my indicators. These are an aggregate of the indicators here on TradingView. So for the 1 day, the oscillators are looking favorable. They're saying buy, but the summary is saying sell. Moving averages are saying sell. And if you want to know which specific oscillators and moving averages, you could check these out. You can click into them to look into them more. Click on them to look into them more. And let's look at the 1 week. But look at the 1 week, buy, and then strong buy on moving averages, and then month, buy and strong buy. So, basically what this is saying is that the price of Bitcoin may dip today, but the price of Bitcoin may go up in a week or a month. It's the way I'm interpreting this. Chris P with the $5. I appreciate that. Boom. Let me snipe a funny bunny out there for Chris. Chris P just dropped me 5 on it. I appreciate you, Chris. Keep booming out there. Shout out to all my cryptomaniac soldiers, my 5-star generals, my long-range snipers shooting at the funny bunny, and why not the baby bear cubs? There's a lot of baby bear cubs out there. Shout out to you, Chris. I appreciate that. So yeah, those are the indicators for Bitcoin. So I would say, going back to ETH, if the indicators would go as far as like maybe like 6 months to 8 months, I would say they would be a buy for me. But this little run with the altcoins, I still think it's short term. Thank you again, Chris. I appreciate that. We're back here to the Bitcoin charts. We're at 10.2. Bitcoin may go down today, even a little lower, maybe to 10.1, maybe even under 10, but I doubt it. There's a strong support there at 10,000. Wow, Dash got listed on Coinbase, says McLovin. All right, there you go. I like Dash. I mean, I'm not a holder as of late, but I like Dash. Marlon Jones is here. He says ETH is taking off. Indeed, we've been talking about it. ETH is looking good. This one-day chart is looking good for ETH. Let's look at the one-day chart here for ETH. And again, it's myself, Marlon, and the other boomers have been talking about DeFi, and this ETH staking. What are the ETH staking rewards? You came in a little late, but we addressed that. I did a little research, and I can't see anything that's confirmed, but the numbers that I'm seeing are 4% APR. Now, I may be wrong. You want to talk to maybe Marlon or anybody else here in the population of the chat box. Maybe you guys can chime in. What are the expected rewards for staking the 32 ETH? If and when and if the Ethereum platform upgrades to proof of stake. Now, 4% APR on a 32 ETH, you're looking at about 1.2 ETH per year. So, I mean, that's cool, but, like Rafterman said, I think it was Rafterman, he's not that attractive to a boomer. So, I was thinking about it. So what if I get these 32 ETH, why am I going to get it? So bottom line is to get around 4% APR. Now, I may be wrong. Maybe it goes up more than 4%. Maybe it goes down. But you'd be able to generate more ETH, and you could, stack that ETH or sell it for Bitcoin. That's the thing. You hodl Bitcoin, and, I think it's the strategy. It's the wave for the champ. But one thing about hodling Bitcoin is that you're not going to get more bits by hodling Bitcoin. Now, that bag may increase in value, but if you're hodling one Bitcoin, it's not like it's going to magically turn into 2 or 1.1. You're just going to stay the same. Maybe the buying power will increase. Now, if you hold those 32 ETH, it can turn into 33 at the end of the year. Something to consider. McLovin says he can live with the 4%. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can live with the 4%, but unless you can live with about $200 a year. But I know what you mean. Staking rewards are not definite, says Marlon. Yeah, I know that. The numbers I've seen thrown around are 4%. I may be wrong though, or they not. That may not be definite, and it could be more or less. ETH protocol will need about 2 million nodes to maintain mainnet. Early on, you will get a good inflation rate as there won't be many stakers in the beginning. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Marlon Jones says, because they will be locked in a smart contract for 2 years before you can withdraw. Ooh, see, I didn't know that. That's something to consider. So not only is it going to require 32 ETH, but now you gotta lock them in for 2 years in order to get the rewards. It's something to consider. I'll tell you right off the top, that makes it a little less attractive, but it's still something to consider. But you got a point. Early on, you may get a good inflation rate if you get in there early because there won't be that many stakers. So I guess the reward pool will be divided amongst less people. So here's the Ether charts. Guys, make sure you're touching the buttons. How many people we got watching right now? 22 crypto maniacs. I need at least 22 likes then. At least 20 likes. I know there's probably a couple lone wolves out there. They're hating on the champ. And that's okay. We need a couple haters at least. But at least 20 likes would be good right now. I'll take a few more comments and questions before I get out of here. Always a pleasure. Check out the articles that I have, those talking about Ether, the price action. And Ether right now, the transaction fees are higher. So the fee flippening. Look at what Anthony Sassano said there on Twitter. He says the fee flippening is upon us. ETH is on the verge of overtaking Bitcoin in daily transaction fees. As of September 15th, ETH had 182,000 daily transaction fees and Bitcoin had 185. ETH has flipped BTC's fees briefly in the past, but it's now driven by Tether, which could be a constant source of demand. So there you go, guys. Interesting. Very interesting. Check that out, guys. Make sure you check out the Brave browser. I'll say that again. Check out the videos I have linked down below, those recommended crypto videos, specifically 5 reasons why Monero could be superior to Bitcoin, and NPCs and the hidden symbolism behind the Wizard of Oz. Only in Toto could we reveal the fraud that is the Wizard of Oz, aka the legacy financial fiat banking system that's garbage bags. Rafterman says, personally, staking is not to my preference, says Rafterman. Yeah, that's you're not the only one. I can see that some people may not prefer locking up their tokens like that. You probably are not the only one. Mike Key Bravo says, thanks for the good word, campeón. Okay, I appreciate that. Marlon says, I love staking as it allows for greater decentralization as it does not require massive capital investment into hardware. That's true. That's true. It's definitely less barriers to entry to secure the chain. And one can argue a little more environmentally friendly if you care about that. On that note, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and tune down. It's always a pleasure. Catch me tomorrow, late mornings, early afternoons. Turn on the buttons, caress them, touch them right now. Kaboom it. I'll be back with a good crypto word tomorrow. And make sure you put that weight on the bar, guys. Do it now. And if you can't do one movement or a certain exercise, remix it and do another one. Okay, but it's definitely important for you guys to show up to bat no matter what. Shout out to Jojo, Chris P, Marlon Jones, and the rest of the boomers. Let me shout out everyone who sent me a super chat again. Rafterman, thank you. Truce, thank you. Lucky Lewis, thank you. Chris P, thank you. Stay booming out there. Thank you to everybody dropping positive comments. I appreciate it. And thank you to everybody sharing this on their social media feed with the friends, the family, and the rest of the little piglets on your farm. Stay strong out there, boomers. I'll be back tomorrow. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.